This week you join me as we leave the surf village of Sagres and head further inland and north towards the lakes and the eucalyptus hills that this sort of area is renowned for. We have a few stops along the way and explore what's in the local area.
I love it when you get roadworks like that. It's just a couple of signs just saying there's road narrowing from the left, and they just get on with it. Let the traffic flow. They were shoveling in gravel, letting a car come through, shoveling some more gravel, let more cars come through. The work's getting done, and the traffic flow is still going.
I just pulled off the side of the road for a wee, and then noticed that sign, which is Miraduro, which I'm hoping, like Mirador in Spanish, is for a lookout or a viewpoint. Now with the weather, I'm not sure what we're going to see really, the mist and the drizzle, but we'll take a look anyway, and it's good for Molly to stretch her legs and have a wee, etc. There you go. Some fine upstanding Portuguese gentleman there, sculptured. There we go. Well, as viewpoints go, I wouldn't say it's a cracker. You're looking down onto a Repsol garage there, and some closed down industrial units just there. I don't know a bloody word of it. Well, that's not quite true. Bom dia and obrigado. There you go. That's about the gist of it. We've been driving now for about hour 20, something like that, and we've come all the back roads. There is just no end of park-ups. Everywhere you go, all the forestry, all that sort of stuff has got tracks and little pull-ins and everything else. I don't think, really, you'd struggle for a parking space anywhere around here. I'm not sure whether they're on park for night or not, or anything like that, but yeah, there's a plethora of them.
Tell you what, the water is that high. I don't think we're going to get to the side of the lake where I hope to stay. There is a big hard standing down on that side, so we'll try it and see if we can get away with that. But otherwise, bugger.
Right, this definitely isn't the place I wanted, but we're in, and there's a road just here, but I think we should get away with it. We're off the main road, and yeah, it feels safe enough. But I'll just go and show you where we were intending to go. Yeah, so first of all we'd have to get a snorkel on the van and get through that puddle. And then basically you've got that track up through there, but they do comment on it being very uppy and downy, big dips and potholes. And then you used to be able to follow that track just there and then follow the whole edge of the lake all the way up to the top end, and there was just pull off after pull off after pull off. But of course now there's been that much bloody water, there's just no hope of it. The other thing is that, as you can tell by the trees, there is some pretty strong wind at the moment. Now it's coming from that direction there, so I'm well out of the way of anything falling there, and they're fairly spindly and narrow. I am by these ones, but of course they're blowing away from the van. So So we should be okay. I don't know where it is, but I seem to have a thing for dams. I think it's about the third or fourth one we've been to. I'll tell you what, some of the landscape around here, it's almost like a mix of Spain and the UK. Right, for anyone that doesn't like holes in dams with lots of water flowing through, you may want to look away now. There you go, look at that. So basically that funnel we saw then, that's getting rid of all the excess water, the high water, basically is in a channel just in front of that building there. That's obviously the water control building. Yeah, and you can just about see it down there, sort of gushing down in that river. Yeah, again, apologies for the wind noise if there's any. So that down there where that monument is for the dam and that plug hole thing, even though that car park is lovely, flat and gravelled, it really is exposed up on top to that wind. And it may sound a bit daft, but we're literally 10 metres the other side of this dam, and the dam is breaking the majority of the wind. You can see it at the van in the treetops, but actually down at van level or ground level, there's hardly any wind at all. It's actually, do you know what, it's 16 or 17 degrees at the moment, despite the wind and the drizzle. And it was, when I left the van, it was 22 on the inside of it. So it's still really mild. Right, so we're just across the other side of the road. Take Molly for a quick walk now through this forestry and have a quick nosy. Yeah, so even this track, this is that one with the many potholes in it. It's just puddle after puddle after puddle. I don't suppose they're that deep, to be honest, not enough to trouble the van, but what's the point when we're in a decent enough spot anyway? And just looking on the walk-in sort of board before we came into this forest, there seems to be quite a lot of well-marked routes in the area, and especially here at the dam there's a few. Right, and for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure that's the mimosa. That's really lovely, and you would have seen it on the travel here too. The roads are just lined with it, just like yellow avenues. Does anyone know if that's natural? So this is a cork tree, and I'm not sure whether that's how it just, once it's been harvested down in the bottom part, whether that's how it naturally looks or whether they scorch it or something to protect it. Well, as the coffee finishes there, look at that. Look at that there. That can only mean one thing. Yes, we've got sunlight at last. Oh, just look up there, blue skies and very little wind. Yes, a fairly brutal wind for a few hours last night. It calmed down, I don't know, about 11 o'clock-ish, and then a really quiet night. Very, very peaceful here. A couple of cars came past this morning about 7:15, but literally just 2 or 3, and that was it. The plan, we're going to go for a walk. There's a circular walk here that I read on that board of either 8k or 13k, so we'll go and do that. I'm then probably going to get stuck into a bit of editing. I might stay here today and plan where to go next. I want to keep going north now and do some of the central area, but we'll figure all that out later. First I'm going to have a coffee, and then we'll go for a walk. Catch you in a bit. Morning again. Right, we're just off out for a walk, and got that to take to the bin, which is down the other side of the dam, next to the monument. I thought I'd walk down there first, have a look around there properly. Now it's not raining and windy. Then we'll come back here and walk through these forests. Now, isn't that a better looking valley with the sun on it? I tell you what, how much better for the soul is it to have all this blue sky and sun and warmth back. I think tomorrow we may feel a little bit of storm Niels, but not as bad as sort of central France, northern Portugal and Spain, etc. And the 15-day forecast is just sun or broken sun, and that'll do. In my book, that'll do. I think I might bring the van over to this area temporarily, if only to set up my solar panel and charger for a few hours. That's quite funny. Some of this actually gives me a kind of jungle feel, having been in some of them around the world. And especially as we drove here to this location, coming up through some of the mountain passes where it was just dense eucalyptus and the odd other tree thrown in, mimosa or whatever. And with the mist hanging and the bit of drizzle, it just felt like... it just felt like a jungle environment. These little arms or branches off the main track are all going to end like this, pretty much just submerged. Right, so we've just joined or rejoined, or paralleling actually, the main road. That way back there is towards the ban and the dam. But this still carries on, so we'll go on for another kilometre or two. Oh, cool! Heading back into the forest now, away from the road. There's a very obvious call out there from a bird, and I don't know what it is, so I'm going to use the Merlin app and see what it is. Well, that obvious tweet seems to be a nuthatch. There you go. Ah, bugger. I did wonder. I've no idea where the track goes. The markings seem to have run out, and that's all gated and locked at the end, so it's definitely not this way, and there was no other option. I'm going to go back and have another look, and if not, we'll just walk back the way we came, and or walk down some of the main road. It's not busy at all. Right, that's us, almost back of the van. Although before we cross over, I'm just going to walk back down to the water's edge and throw a stick in for Molly. Eddie Miles, go on then. Just to add to the mud that's already in the lake. The dog has lost the plot. She put it down and now she's scared of it. She must think it's a snake or something. What an absolute nutcase. Molly, fetch a stick. Fetch it then. Come on then. Come on then. Moll, pick the stick up, you moron. What on earth is going through her head? there we are, back to the van. And actually, I'm pretty okay to stay where I am now. Now the sun's come around a bit, I can get the solar panel and the EcoFlow out and charge it over this side. Let's see what this can give us. We're on yeah, 46% at the moment, with 140 odd coming in, and it's I don't know if you can see that actually because of the sun, but it's 11:51. Right, lunchtime coffee, and it's just so much easier to bring the machine to the EcoFlow than the other way around and disconnect it all. So proper al fresco coffee today, I think. Yeah, Miles. You right, girl? Oh, hello. Hello. On coffee. Just thought I'd show you what we're up to. It's like a proper tinker's camp. It's just drying out the bedding. Well, I say drying it out, airing it out really. And all the doors wide open. Obviously you saw that earlier, solar on, charging up the EcoFlow. Yeah, doors open. I'll give it a little brush out now, the whole of the van actually, the cab as well, and clean that down. But yeah, today's as being as it's our first fully dry day, I thought I'd just treat it as an admin day. I managed to get the drone up as well, as you will have saw or will see shortly. That's the first time it's been up, I think, since the dam at Asnell Collar. Yeah, after a really good day actually, very productive, airing out the van, cleaning it. It's now time to get some dinner on the go. And it's just going to be an omelette actually. I got some lardons, I bought those the other day. And some veggies, green pepper, garlic, onion, mushrooms. All that in an omelette. I'll put some cheese on there as well. And then I'll have tomato and salad. Just a bag of mixed salad leaves. Yeah, it's been a really good day actually. And this is what it's like, you know, you do have to endure every now and again. You do have to endure a full wet van and everything else and all that crap. But knowing that, another good day is going to come along. And out here, all right, it's unfortunate we've had storm after storm after storm. But it's Portugal, you know it's going to be warm, and you know at some point the sun is going to come out again. And today was that day, so yeah, it was really good to get everything outside, air the van out, sweep it out, brush it out, clean it, and all of that. Right, it's a show on the road. Yeah, I've only put a little bit of oil in this because the lardons will produce a lot of fat. Let's get the lardons in. I tell you what, I swear I just heard like a pig snorting, a wild boar or something, just in the clearing, just up there. And Molly hasn't left that spot. She was prancing around, looking back and forth and growling. Right, just a pinch of pepper. And I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of mixed herbs. The pan's looking a bit too full. I'm not sure we're going to get an omelette out of this. Decant half of this. It's a bit more manageable. Right, and to finish the salad off, it's just some olive oil, a drizzle of balsamic, and then finally just a couple of twists of salt. Oh, I did it off camera, but it was a successful little flip over to finish it off. Right, and there we have it, the finished plate of food. Good morning to a bit of a grey and blustery start. Still here at the dam, we'll be shooting off in a bit. But yeah, after yesterday the weather's turned a bit sour. It's yeah, it was such a blustery night last night, and yeah, it's a bit grey at the moment, and there is warning of thunderstorms coming through. Yeah, I'm going to take Molly out once the rain has passed, and then we'll make tracks further north. Ooh, it's a bit fierce out there now, actually. That came on rather quickly. Well, that little bit of a storm or stormette didn't last too long, so we're going to walk down this way now. I think this is one of the known tracks, but we'll go and have a look. This is where the abandoned farm is. My guess is that's not normally a river flowing down the side of the road, and again the standing water is just everywhere. It only takes just a short amount of rainfall, and it just tops it all back up again. Yeah, and I think this walk is called the Circuit of the Paddy Fields or something. Quite apt, really. Tell you what, doesn't half look like him. Yeah, so we're just walking down past the dam, the outlet side of the dam. Alright, this is the start of that abandoned farm. We drove part of the way down the other day, but I wasn't sure if anyone was here, so we turned around. I don't even know what that's constructed of. It looks like mud. Or whatever it was, didn't last long. Yeah, same with that one there. It's got sort of like brick-built corner pillars and then like layers of mud and stone in between. Apologies for the wind noise as well. It's so bloody blustery at the moment. But I bet that was a stunning place once upon a time. But it's so bloody boggy. I'm not sure how far we'll get. It's all the path is looking a bit waterlogged now. Oh, I suppose we've got to have a little look, haven't we? Can't come in here and not go inside and see what's what. Just hoping this floor doesn't end up like that one. Yeah, that's us heading back to the van now. Pretty much the pathway, or this designated route, was just so inundated with water in various patches. It just made it pointless. So we'll head back to the van and then we'll try the next location, which is about another hour further north of here. Yeah, I just thought I'd stop here at one of these cork trees on the way back to the van and just sort of show you how deep the cork bark is. So I'll put my hand up there for some sort of reference. Yeah, you've got what, 4 inches, 5 inches, something like that. And with that, it's time to make tracks north to a town called Toro. We explore the town, take in a coffee, and for the first time in my life I come very close to a circling osprey. But all that coming up next week, and as always, until then, thank you ever so much for your support that you show towards this channel. Take care. Bye bye.